Things that have changed in my life since I started working out. You didn't know I lost 100 pounds almost 5 years ago. I was 340 pounds at my heaviest. I am 6'3". And when I lost weight, I did it the old fashioned way. I ate less and moved more. I've been able to maintain that 100-pound weight loss now for almost 5 years. And my life has completely changed since I started prioritizing fitness. Okay. I've made other videos where I've talked about nutrition. Today I want to solely focus on fitness. And exercising does not keep the weight off. Your nutrition does. But there are so many benefits of exercising, and I want to share those with you. The very first thing that I noticed since prioritizing exercise, and I exercise every single day. I'm either walking and lifting, or just lifting, right? The very first thing I can say is mental clarity. I did not realize how much moving my body has allowed me to keep my mind clear. The level of stress that I have is damn near zero. I'm actually the most creative when I'm active. So when I'm walking, I think of the best video topics. When I'm working out, I think of different ways to make more money. Like, I don't know what it is about exercise, but it really does that for me. And I love it. The second thing that I've noticed that has changed since I've prioritized exercising is my tolerance of, like, just anything that happens. So things that may not be going right in my life, right? When I lift heavy, I lift heavy weights, by the way. Like, I'm pushing 50-pound dumbbells. Like, I really am about this. Okay. A lot of times if you lift, you know what I'm talking about. When you work out, your brain will automatically try to convince you that that's too heavy. I need to go lighter, or I can't do this amount of reps. That's too much, right? But it's something about pushing past those limitations that you had for yourself where you grow as a person, right? And then you take that same energy and that gets applied to everything in your life. There may be things in your life that you feel like you can't get yourself out of, that you don't have the abilities or the skills to do. Maybe something's not going right. And so your brain is trying to convince you that it'll never get better, or this is just how it is, or you'll always be this way, right? But since lifting, my tolerance for being able to handle things under pressure, being able to push myself past my limits, the limitations that I set on myself. Let me give you an example. So for instance, I never would have believed years ago that I'd be able to push out as much content as I push out. I never would have thought I could possibly do that. I used to say things like, what would I talk about? I'm not able to push all that out. Like, what? That's crazy talk. And then here I am years later pushing out hella content. Content is getting posted on so many different platforms, on so many different accounts. I'm creating every single day. Like, the amount of output is crazy. And again, I really contribute that mindset to pushing myself in the gym past the limitations that I put on myself. I hope that makes sense. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Maybe I didn't say that right, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. The next thing that has changed in my life since prioritizing exercise is just the way I move and my posture. Because I was 340 pounds, I had 2 knee surgeries, by the way, when I was playing college basketball. So I did used to live an active life, in my early 20s. And then once I graduated college, all that went out the window. And I was in my big back era, okay? So for about 10 years, I lived a pretty sedentary lifestyle. And my knees, because I had knee surgery when I was playing basketball, my knees would lock up a lot. And plus I was putting all that weight on my body, and then I wasn't moving. So my knees would always ache. They still crack now. You can still hear them cracking, but they don't ache anymore. I used to always be tired. I used to be limping. I couldn't even, like, getting out of my car. I've always had a car. I've never had like an SUV. So like getting in and out of my car used to be difficult. And I used to blame it on, oh, I'm 6'3" and the car is just too low. I used to have a Dodge Charger. And if you know anything about those cars are very low to the ground. There's like sports cars, right? And I used to say to myself, I'm probably going to have to get like an SUV because this car is just too low because I'm so tall. I'm 6'3", right? But at the time I had bad credit, so I couldn't even get approved for another car. So I was stuck with that Charger. But once I started exercising, I realized it wasn't the car, it was me. It wasn't the car, it was me. My knees were weak because I didn't move them. It was hard getting it out of the car because I was so damn fat. Like, it had nothing to do with the car, but I was convincing myself that it was the Charger. It was me. Listen, we don't judge. But the point I'm making is now I get in and out of low sitting cars all the time. And again, like I said, I am 6'3", and you would think that, maybe it is too low. No, it was just because I was weak. My muscles were weak because I wasn't moving them. So just moving is easier. I walk faster. I go up and down flights of stairs. I'm not breathing loud and sweating and gasping for air. Like, I'm not doing any of that, okay? Something else that has changed. I really thought it was the Charger. Like, I remember going to work and being like, I got to get an SUV because the car is just too low and I just can't get it out of the car. Oh, God. Lord Jesus. The next thing that has changed in my life since prioritizing fitness is just the way I look. Like, I love my physique. I'm still working on getting a six-pack. But, like, just seeing, like, my shoulders, my back definition, my arms, my quads, like, all of that. Like, I just love the way I look. It just makes me feel proud. So every time I walk by a mirror, like, I am constantly being reminded of the hard work I put in, because you can't buy a muscular physique, right? That's something you have to work for. That's blood, sweat, and tears. And so if I ever start doubting myself, I can literally look at myself and realize, hey, Jazz, like, you can do this because you put in X amount of years in the gym. Like, you stayed disciplined for X amount of years. You lift heavy shit for years. Like, if you can do that, then you can do this, right? If you can push yourself even on days when you don't feel like it, then there's no reason why you can't build your business to 7 figures, or like whatever the goal is that I'm working for. Just finally having a body that I'm proud of. I walk a lot and people will stop me and ask me, like, what is your workout routine? And that says a lot, because yeah, people see me walking, but it could be a one-off. Like, maybe you just saw me once. That's the first time you saw me. But the fact that I look like I work out, that lets me know, like, I look like I work out. You don't know me. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? And for someone to stop me and say things like, wow, you look so good, or how do I achieve that? That just lets me know, like, I'm doing something right. So if you're wondering if you should get that gym membership, get the gym membership. If you're wondering if you should go to the gym because you already have a membership and you ain't using it, go to the gym. Go to the gym. I am telling you, so much about your life will change. I'm always going to, urge and encourage you to lift weights, especially as women. As we get older, we do start to lose bone density, yada, yada, yada. So I'm always going to tell you to push yourself, lift heavy weights. No 5-pounders, okay? No 5-pounders unless you're doing shoulders. What are we doing? Go grab you some 20s. Stop playing, right? Go lift that weight. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I can't wait to read what you have to say. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.